Hey there. Well, I'm done with the bulk of my trading activity today, but I'm probably going to do a little bit more here. Doesn't really make much sense to stream during the intense open when I want to do some scalping if there isn't that much audience interactivity. I'd rather just not deal with it. So we're up $500. Today was a little bit interesting because it was gapping up into resistance. I could have had a little bit more on Tesla, but I exited out once it hit 300 because I'm monitoring SMCI. Something changed with SMCI and now I can't use all my buying power on that. Last week I was able to, so something changed in the requirements that screwed that up. I guess I could exit out 600 here. Alright, let's see this, and let's, I'm also stocking ENPH if it breaks the low. That one actually didn't gap up anywhere. Let's see if I can get 600 here. And that'll be a good day no matter what happens. Alright, so that's... what do we got here? Let me look at the broker statement here. Doop 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 doop. Boop 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 boop. Really awkward day though. Friday was a big drop off, so what happened was a lot of stocks gapped up over that Friday loss and then kept running into further resistance, so I did a short against the moving average. So you just have to be careful when you do that. It paid off today, but sometimes it can just keep going. So you have to, like today I was down $500. I didn't cover an SMCI yet because I needed to see this candle close. Man, I guess there was more out of that SMCI. I shorted around the 200 period moving average and I couldn't put in full size, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, because that 500 would have been $1,000 and then I would have gotten stopped out for sure, but kept in it. It started to roll back. And then once I saw this failure, actually I saw it on the 1 minute, once I saw the failure, I just kept holding on to it. And then I covered once it hit the moving average, except for the last 5 shares. So wow, this thing just completely sold off that gap up move off the open. That's interesting. And then I was waiting on ENPH. This was a little bitch. This thing triggered my entry last week, and then it just didn't close. It didn't close on the 15-minute mark, or didn't close past it on the 15-minute mark. I got into it a little bit too early, and it went against me, and I got stopped out on it. I was able to make money in Tesla and a couple other names last week, so I was able to be positive on Friday. Oh, Adobe was the big one. Adobe was the big one on last... Okay, I'm gonna have to do... I don't want to blow up everything that I've gained today, but I'm gonna try to do a short here. Let me do this on a 15-minute. This thing's a little bit fucked up. You can go a low size, and this thing just has so many skips in prices. Like there's a void in the price ladder. Let's see if it closes below this, and then I might try a short here. What does this look like on the daily? Yeah, this fucking thing, man. Could have been $1,000 day on Friday, but I got 700 out of it, so I'm not too pissed off, but should have just been a lot better than it was. Doing really good this month. I'm actually overdue for a loss. I've only had one loss so far this month. I should have 2 or 3 by now. Soul's not closing below this, so I don't want to take that chance. I am up 612, so shit, maybe I should just... Why did I even bother coming on? Fuck. I do need to get some games under my belt, though. Okay, this thing's below it again. Could have a stop below here and see if it makes it. I don't like the open. The open was above, open was above the moving average. I want to see it opened here. A little awkward. Knowing this fucking thing might reverse. Tesla still having problems, so this was a pretty good win. But we have a swing high and we have a possible swing low here, so it hit this, retested it, reversed. Still having problems. Let me go down one more level here. Below the moving average on the 1 minute, but the level is holding here. Oh man, market's reversing. You can see on the NQ, the futures, 3 different levels that I put together. We got the Friday low that I briefly pulled under, pulled below, retested, and then just kind of the overnight session broke through 2 different levels to get up here. Ah shit, I'm missing Tesla here. Alright, let's do 100 and see what happens. So, you got a bottom here, retest, and now we want to see this thing move higher. I did a really light size just so you can see what I'm doing. Let me see if it makes a high higher than this high. Alright. Probably could have done more there, but I'm just kind of demonstrating at this point. I already made all the money that I need, and it doesn't make sense to stay in this bullshit any longer. Wonder how everyone else's day is doing. I don't see anybody else displaying their P&L. Hard to tell. So SMCI actually broke below. I didn't expect that. Okay, well, man, it really ran, didn't it? Ran beyond multiple levels of resistance. Especially this one where it retested twice last week and this thing just broke above and it wasn't able to hold above it. I'm gonna have to expect a swing low at some point. Let's see what their friend ENPH did. See this fucking piece of shit, dude. This fucking motherfucker. Good thing we didn't go into it. So what are we up? We're at 643. Maybe we can get 650 somewhere. CELH. So this one... Let me move it up to the 15-minute. Okay, I couldn't have done... Now this one qualifies as something, but this thing was initialized inside of this... in between moving averages, so I wouldn't have done my full movement on this one today. This one hasn't gained anything. We might be able to get... Might be able to get a few more bucks out of it. Yeah, let me try this. Okay, gotta worry about this thing possibly gaining here. See if I lose my Tesla cash on it. Thing's overdue for a level gain. But I lost this. We'll see. Gotta be careful here. So I went into this because I was unable to hold this level here. Or create like a type of a swing that it can hold for reversal, so I went short. Now let's see if this thing hits the target again. It doesn't need to. It can still reverse, but it wasn't very strong. Looks like this was short covering instead of an actual reversal, but let's see. Okay, well... Now it's less good for me. So we're a little bit of chop here, but it couldn't hold it. If it gets above and closes, that's pretty much the end of this opportunity. We made over 600 in the first 15 minutes. And that was really the only opportunity today because I couldn't go in full size into anything. Alright, fuck you. 701 is gonna be good enough. So that's 650. Let's just watch it now. Feeling like a leprechaun. Got my fucking gold. Yeah, so there we go. It hits the target again. Alright. Okay, so we got Tesla going into resistance again. Try this, see what happens. Just for funsies. This actually doesn't mean anything. It should have gone in. Yeah, 5 minutes a lot stronger. Alright, 654. Let's just kind of monitor things. Right now I'm just scalping for... I don't know. No real reason to do it. Holy shit, SMCI, man. What the fuck, man? I really wish I held all that shit. What the fuck? Oh my god, dude. How the fuck do you do that? Man, if I had held that crappin' fuck. shit. This is really what I waited for for weeks. God damn it. But I couldn't get full size in today. This thing had a new restriction on it. Fuck. Damn, how much would that have been if I had held it? So I got in here. Damn, how much would that have been if I could have gone full size? Son of a bitch. No way. So that would have been $7,000. But something changed today in the requirements. Fuck me, that would have been great to have on stream. Wow. One last pump up before the dump, huh? God damn. Take a look at the, extended hours, too, man. This thing gapped up over all of Friday's problems. You at least expect the open to hold. The market's still holding this level. We do have a pullback, but it's still holding that. Man, that is insane. Oh. So why do I only have 654 when I could have had 7,000, man? What happened? Oh, let's not kid ourselves. I probably would have covered earlier. But at least we'd be over 1,000 for sure. Okay, so now we have a swing low. Oh, we don't have one yet. It has to close above. So it's got to reverse, and it's got to close, and then it's got to pull back, and then reverse. Jesus. So what's Nvidia look like then? Interesting. Nvidia is holding up the way I'd expect SMCI to do. Because Nvidia gapped up over all of its problems. And it pulled back to where I expected to pull back. And then it held, but... Yeah, see, I didn't expect that entire initial candle to get wiped out on SMCI. That's really insane. Alright, so what are we looking at here? We want to see a pullback and a hold. And then you might be able to go long here. But this thing just... Well, target would be somewhere at the open. This is where the, that support died. Damn. Yeah, fuck. I could have been somebody. Nothing else going on here. Today is really weird to gap up into that Friday death, which means Tuesday might be interesting. Tuesday we might get some better follow-through. So what do we got here? We got, man, so the initial 15-minute already hit my target, but it's still possible. Yeah, maybe not, because this, man, today is just really weird. Just might as well just take your money and get out. I remember seeing people lose money in Verb last week, and now this is inside of a range. Really weird day. I suppose I'm just very fortunate. There is luck factor involved, but you know, it's informed luck. So I did pull out at the right time on Tesla, so this was a resistance point. I just grabbed a couple of bucks and then closed it. Now it's above the moving average. So probably gonna move higher. I wonder if it'll retest this upper point. Look at SMCI, man. What the fuck just happened to it? That definitely shouldn't have, rolled over like that. But we haven't had a retest. I'd actually want to see this thing fail and kind of hit this again. Right now we're just getting either sympathetic buys or covers, hard covers from this dump. Oh man, this restream shit, dropping frames like hell. Well, we could either go for 700 or we can just call it good. We're at 654. Still holding the streak of just one loss this month. Really good. I should get, on average, 5 or 6 losses. So maybe those will all happen in 1 week or something. Yeah, ENPH, I figured you'd do that bullshit. The overall trend is down, but this fucking thing is really holding tight. The expectation was a little lower than that low. That could not happen, so it's gonna go up higher. Let me clear all drawings. Too bad I did that earlier and I wiped out the, what I had on here last week. The pricing levels that I had last week to really show you what happened. But I suppose you could see it. I mean, this thing did a complete reversal, then went down. But now it's getting really tight with the moving average, so it's probably gonna just linger here and then blow up higher tomorrow, maybe. Could even do it today. I could break through the open. Alright, SMCI again. Let me go down to a lower time frame. So this is kind of what you wanted to see. I wanted to see a pullback, and let's and see if this thing would hold. But this thing has dropped too much now. Let me look at a lower time frame. 1 minute. Could do a small order and have this as a stop. Let's see how this thing closes. Okay. Let's just try it. Let's try it. I don't want to lose too much out of this, but let's see. Could have been a better entry. It could have been up here. This was last trading day's low. Alright, let's see. We'll cover here if it... Or we'll flatten there if it drops below it. Looks like it's gonna die off here. Let's see. I'm fine giving back a little bit, but I don't want to lose too much. Could have been better if it closed up here, but it reversed. Yeah, now it looks really bad. Expectation was a high higher than that high. Alright, this thing's dead. Give it a second. See if it grabs liquidity or if it's a real projection. Okay, definitely know it fails if it retests this. Get ready to flatten here. Okay. You can see how crazy this thing bounces around, so it's not something that you would really like to trade while being distracted. Alright, still not good. Alright, I think we're fucked here. Still playing around. It should have held up there if it was gonna go any higher, but it didn't. Looking for the drop-off. This is a tricky situation. Should probably flatten if you were, if you had a large size in it. But we're playing around, so I'm trying to see what goes on here. It should have, yeah, we're fucked. Okay, so that's a loss. Hasn't made a lower low, but it also didn't make a high, so it's kind of squeezing out. So right now we're at exactly 600 again, so I lost that 50 bucks trying to play that one. So it should have held here. I should have waited till it closed, so that's on my fault. Definitely, there was a possibility here of a reversal, like if it was a quick liquidity grab, but it didn't hold, so you're gonna have to wait for the process to continue again, but now it's gonna break below the low. So we're not done. Yep, broke below the low. And it's possible for it to break up and above and then make a lower low, then reverse. That happens quite a bit as well. Could try it again, but let's try not to get in too early. That is insane, this drop-off on SMCI. Here's Tesla, retesting the failure point, so this thing just... This is kind of perfect. So it broke up and above, held this level, moving up, gonna reach this prior failure point. This, like, that looks beautiful. That was one we could have held. So SMCI made a lower low. Man. Brutal. What's Nvidia doing then? Because this is always a sympathy with Nvidia. Nvidia's holding up a lot better today. The SMCI might be overvalued compared to So this is a problem here. So it hasn't made a lower low, but it hasn't held this area either. So this might be a short, actually. A little bit of a risk because you still have made higher lows here, but you also have not held this positioning here. And SMCI is going off a fucking cliff. But I should probably be done screwing around today, because I already made 600. Oh, man. Let's see if I'm right, though. Yeah, okay, so it's stuck in that channel. Meanwhile, at Tesla, so you have a swing low. You have this level here that it gained, and now it's retesting this failure point. It looks like it's succeeding, then if it breaks above and then retests this, then it can go up all the way to the target area for today. Or if this thing gets taken out, could go and try to retest down here. EMPH, you sack of shit. Alright, so... SMCI made a lower low. So now we'd want it to hold above this. Maybe I do want to try this one. Try this one real quick. See where this thing closes. Oh, nope, it should have not bounced up like that. There we go. Nope. The expectation is higher now. Okay. What am I at? Okay. Alright. So I did go briefly below 600 on that one, and now I'm at 607. So it should have continued lower because it didn't. The expectation was higher than that high. That happened. Now it's gaining that level. So we didn't have a pullback there. So now it's gained that open. I suppose you have to have it close above it. With the candle body. So we'll see if that happens. Oh, there we go. That's what we wanted to see. So this thing cost us a little bit. Could have expected that. The common pattern for them to make a low lower than the previous low after it looks like there's some type of support. Well, how many shares did we have last time? 5? Maybe we could try it again here. Might have missed our opportunity, but oh, average change, turbo. You see gains, you clicked, you expected to hear a low price, baby? Oh, sorry, I get so distracted when I look at this shit that I, on Twitch I have the cat hooked up so it talks to the users and then it kind of lets me know that people are chatting. No, I'm not on Eve. I've had the same for a really long time, or we've had it as a organization, but we used to do indie games, and now we have a store, and I just kind of do the social media crap, play games, do stocks, but we're already done with stocks mostly today. We made $600 the first 15 minutes, and then now I've just been scalping just to kind of demonstrate concepts. Hopefully you did well today, though. Yeah, missed our opportunity on this one on the bounce. Kind of got in too early on it. Yeah, I don't know. Most of the moves are done for the day. What happened to CLH? So this one did not make a lower low. This, see, like I said, it's a common pattern to make a lower low after some type of support bounce. But in this case, it did not happen. At least not right away. It could still pull back here and try again. And we could have an alert here and see what happens. But, man, today was a really awkward day. So many things gapped up over Friday's fell off, and then some of them went straight to hell. Others were able to hold. And there's no news today, no red folder stuff. Well, if there's anything that anyone wants me to take a look at, we can do that. Let me take a look at Tesla again. Man, that was really beautiful here. So it made a low, it retested, it gained a previous level, and then it just went straight to the straight to target. That's beautiful. That's even better than the short that I did. Because I was playing it from the opposite standpoint when it gapped over everything from Friday. and I just saw weakness on the 1 minute, and I decided to do 300 shares once it broke below the first candle here, and just kind of held it up to the moving average. But an even better play would have been to see if it bottomed and it did a retest. So that's... You can play it both ways, just gotta be patient. We don't really have a... Well, we did gap over Friday's garbage, but we don't have like a traditional trending day, because things are a little bit all over the place. Good thing we didn't go into ENPH. That thing burned me on Friday. But we've had one loss this month, so we're overdue for another loss. At least from my statistics. So CELH pulling back here. Where does this have to hold? So we do have an alert here, and we can kind of... We could try it out, but, you know, I've just been screwing around just to make content. Because we were up 650, brought it back down to 600, and we're just kind of hovering around 600 for fun. Oh, 500 bucks salary. You know, I've always debated going to some place like, I don't know, Thailand or somewhere and just trading and then just, like, living the life there, because in my place, I'm in a high cost of living area because I had a career at a tech company, so in order to live around here, just to have a job, to be able to commute to those things, you know, costs quite a bit, so 500 doesn't last very long. I need to do an average of 350 a day. That's assuming I win every single day. I have to do an average of 350 a day in order to sustain things at a base level. This month I'm doing pretty well. I only have one loss so far, so well above expectations at this point. But I signed on today to see if I'd lose, and I didn't. Actually, I kind of cheated a little bit because I did all the hard work just before I streamed. But usually I stream the whole thing if I do come on at all, but I don't know if this stuff is popular or not, because I haven't had too much engagement. But I've been trying to show people what I do and, like, find other people that enjoy doing this. It's just been slow going, and I've been doing this for over a year and a half. But mostly on Twitch. I've recently started doing streaming both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, now that we have that that ability to do so. Oh, look at that. SMCI did not hold. Let me switch back over to it. Overall, you're still going up against a trend if you are trying to do a long, but considering that Nvidia is still held, I wanted to see if... Okay, maybe not. Things have changed. Nvidia was a little bit more stubborn to pull back, huh? What about Microsoft? So I'm taking a look at the, some of the main stuff that make up the NASDAQ. Microsoft's doing alright. What about Apple? Yeah, these things are performing the way I thought that most things would perform, where it actually holds above the previous day's action on Friday. Because Friday was a pretty large sell-off, so I would have expected things like SMCI to just roll over like that. That's brutal. I'm only watching you because I'm bored. Well, I'll accept that. That's fine with me. Trading is not easy. I don't know what videos have influenced you in the past, but it does take a while to master. You're gonna be heartbroken before you start being consistent. Okay, what alert just went off? Let me take a look at my message here. So CELH actually went to the retry point. Now let's see if this thing holds.
Morning. Akar_pet_love. Time to conquer the day like a boss.
There we go. That's how Jupiter is supposed to work. How's it going, Akarpat? TPL performing nicely. So I'm looking right back at the old lines that we drew on it. So if I was to play this as a swing trade, I would have gotten stopped out already. But, you know, with low volume, you're going to get a little bit more crazy movement that's unexpected than you would normally. But it hit the price target, which was here. And now what I would do is look for a failure at some point, like a green bar getting taken out. But considering it has the split coming up, might run a little bit more than we anticipated. And then once the split finishes out, we're probably going to get a lot more volume into this stock because this thing's really expensive for what it is. But good pick on that one.
Smart move. Akar_pet_love. Keep growing those shares like a financial boss.
Well, Turbofan, if you have any questions, let me know. You know, trading's an interesting thing. When I started doing the day trading thing, I was up a lot. Like it was, you saw flashes of what was possible. Like I made $2,000 in one day. That was not typical, but once I made it, I was like, why the fuck am I working, you know? But then I proceeded to lose it all and lose quite a bit over a long period of time, just kind of like trading sideways. But I learned a lot too. And there's people that have all different types of strategies, and none of them will work 100% of the time. And just because somebody has a strategy doesn't mean that will work for you. It's also based off of your personality, so it kind of you kind of need to explore different types of strategies and see what works with your personality, and kind of write your own notes and then tweak it. One of the things that I did was I took a look at what my weaknesses were, especially mentally. There's a lot of human emotion that goes into this type of trading because it's just so quick that it really plays like you're seeing like the price action move up and down, just kind of like agitate, and it's really tough to not want to swing back and forth when you're taking a look at it on a lower time frame. So there's definitely emotion into it, so you want to try to build a strategy that kind of negates what your weaknesses are. And that's how I kind of developed the one that I have, although it hasn't been working that well this month, so I had to go back to a different strategy. So I have like a main plan that I've used, and then I have a fallback, and I've been having to use the fallback plan overall this month, and that one's worked out pretty well. Okay, SMCI bouncing again, Jesus Christ. Could be a sucker's play though, because it should have held here and it didn't. Did make a new low though. We could try to trade this again, but why would I want to? That's another thing too, you gotta keep yourself from over trading, because I was up to 650 and then I lost a bit trying to play a bottom. So now I'm at 600 for the day, so I should probably just stop.
Chasing those juicy gains. Akar_pet_love.
Yeah, 11% a week is
high
good.
For that 12%
That's actually
weekly
more than I
jackpot.
would make day trading. I usually make 1% of my account when I do this. Usually 1 to 1.5% when I win. Just to give you an example of why I do this. There we go, SMCI. So you want to see a break above, and let's... Alright, you know what? Let me try this. So let's see if we get a strong candle this way, and then if we get a little bit of a pullback with a stop below this. Let's see if I can demonstrate this thing here. Alright, so it closed above. And it may not pull back all the way, it might have just already done its thing, but let's see. Let's see if we're fortunate enough to have that happen. And then my stop is going to be below this candle. Alright, so we entered, so we're going to have to hope that it continues forward. But you want to see it, like, do it quickly. You don't want to see it linger here. So the expectation would be to kind of go where previous resistance was, which was this. So let's see where it ends up. So there's the stop. This is not working out already again. This is a 1 minute candle, so let's see where it closes. So we're going to try to demonstrate this again. Hopefully it works out. Nope. So expectation was a high higher than this high. That did not happen. So let's see if we can just get out profitably. Nope. Fuck, we're gonna get stopped out. Nope, the motherfucker did it again. So you aren't going to win all the time. You're trying to play the percentages of things working out. And based off of the percentage difference between your losses and your gains, that's what where your profit is. And we're already far past our stop point at this point. That's another reason why it's also difficult to stream this stuff, is because I'm narrating as I'm supposed to be executing either stops or entries or take profits, but it's tough to do when I'm talking. So the expectation was, once this thing gained and closed, I wanted to have a little bit of a retest, but I didn't want it to close below. But because it did, that's a failure. A failure to hold the level. Now, it hasn't made a new low yet, so it could potentially still move higher, but it already went past our stop point, so this is where you'd want to close it, but I haven't yet. So I'm already past the stop point. Give me 1 second, I'll read your question in a second. I have to close out, but I want to wait. I want to see if this gets taken out again. And then I'll flatten out. So wait until this thing closes out, then I'll read your question. This thing just might be dead today. Below the moving average now as well. Did not hold. occasionally like to fuck with people too. They being market makers. So let's see what happens here. But I should have taken the stop here just automatically, but since I'm talking about it, I've held it a little bit longer. But you can get into this mental state where you're like, it's gonna go up, look, it bounced, it bounced! So that's another dangerous thing that you gotta watch out. But I did this with low size, so I'm okay with getting a little bit of a chapped ass. But if I was to do this with anything that's meaningful, I definitely would have taken the stop here. But we only have 5 shares in it, so it's not too bad. So this is encouraging now. Alright, I'm gonna put an alert here, and then if it happens, I'll just close automatically. Alright, so I have an alert here. Alright, now I'll read your question. Let me scroll over here so people can see it. My butt's in the way. You're the kind of guy that would spend a week trying to figure out something, then ask for help. So let's see. There's so many people with just the wrong ideas. Like, you're gonna get stuck with gurus that don't actually trade, that just spew bullshit that they've never done before. So I'm trying to think of where I would want to put you in the right path. So I guess if I was to take my strategy and kind of like distill it down to somebody that's on YouTube that has decent tutorials, it's probably a combination of what Oliver Velez does and Cotton Candy TA and also Mule Skinner, kind of combining the strategies that they use into the system that I have right now. Oliver Velez for the moving averages, like looking at igniting bars, things like that. And then Cotton Candy TA does really good content on price levels. So when you see me create levels of resistance and support and possible failures, I'm basing it off of kind of like what they're doing there, and Mule Skinner also does the same type of thing. But then you're gonna have to do something that's your own, what fits your personality. And as you're doing this, you're looking at different stocks and what other people are doing. I mean, depending on what what you decide to play on a daily basis. So you're going to be writing notes down on your observations, and then kind of assigning percentages of probabilities of things happening when certain setups occur. And then based off of those probabilities, that's when you're taking your executions. So you're always playing a probability game. But the reason why this thing works is because price tends to gravitate towards specific areas. And you just kind of play that chance over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you grind it. But something that you can do with this that you can't do anywhere else is be able to scale your wins. And what I mean by that is once you win and you have that strategy and you know how many times you're going to lose and how many times you're going to win, in a rough sense, you can roll in your wins into that and continue doing that going forward, just kind of doing that grind. But each time you're doing it, your gains are going to be bigger, your losses are going to be your losses are going to stay your losses are going to be bigger too, but your gains are going to be bigger than your losses because your percentage, your win rate is always larger than your loss rate. So you just keep building on that and keep cycling it. And you can't do that with normal employment. There's always like a set, you have to worry about what other people think of you, whether there's a place for a promotion. Even if you build technology that makes your job easier, they're not necessarily going to pay you more. for that. You know, there's lots of reasons why you want to trade. I just kind of... Alright, we're at profitability now. Let's see if we can just exit this out. Fuck. As soon as I talk, the fucking thing rolls over here. We're profitable for a second. But now it's trying to do a retest of this area that it failed. But it's encouraging because it couldn't make a new low here. And now our stop is way down here. But we're still down. Anyway, hopefully I, Ah, fuck. Okay, well this means we're fucked. Gotta wipe out ignition candle here. Let's get ready to bail out. And didn't close below. But now we're kind of stuck. The chart looks like shit now, so I don't think a bounce is going to happen today, so we're just going to be down that $30 that we're going to end up being down. I think another downside is it's going to change your perspective on money, because once you start seeing things come a lot quicker than when you're doing labor, it's going to start to confuse you. You know, you're not going to want to do like a quote normal job, or you're going to at least keep trying harder to try to make things work. There's a huge failure rate in trading, but as soon as you win a few times, you get that bug that you want to just keep doing this until you can actually make it work out. I'm still in that phase as well, but I'm further down on the line in my journey, because I've been doing this for a little over 5 years now. And there's no real set time to get it. Some people are faster, some people never get there. But it's difficult to want to go back to an office job and spend the entire day making what you've made in 15 minutes, for example, and having to do the commute and all the other bullshit that goes along with it. You know, culturally, socially. And they don't give a fuck about you anyway, so you have that as well. Alright, we're about to get stopped out, motherfucker. Probably gonna get another large candle to the downside, and I'll have to flatten, even if it reverses soon afterwards. We've been fucking around with it too long. Alright, that's it. Well, oh, I didn't do a... Wow, damn, this thing's really dying. I didn't do a flatten up here. I didn't do a market order flatten, because the spread on this is so wide that I need a limit order to hit in order to make profit on it. I don't know, you say a good encounter now, but hopefully I didn't put you down the rabbit hole that's gonna destroy you, because like I said, there is a high failure rate attempting to do this, but it's something that everyone should try. Just don't destroy yourself doing it, because if you're one of the few that can actually make it, then, you know, you have independence in a way that nothing else can give you independence, and that's still my dream. But I'm not there yet. So, getting there. But yeah, if I'm online and if you want to stop by and ask questions, that's cool. Alright, so I am not doing any favors for myself now. Still having a really good day, but trying to demonstrate shit on SMCI when it's clearly giving up the pooch is not great. Man, Tesla's really interesting. This is this thing's pretty much picture perfect today. I only wish I played this one. So this thing made a low, it retested, it bounced, it gained a level, it bounced, it gained a level, it bounced, it gained a level, and shit, still going up. But very strange on SMCI. Now, I wish I was able to go full size up here, but something changed in the stock that I couldn't use in my full buying power. So I went short on it, but I covered on it. Because it really wasn't, I mean, I was already up $600 and I didn't think I was going to get anywhere. But if I had 100 and I could have done it, then shit, I would be up quite a bit today. EMPH bounced off of the lows on Friday. Tesla is going up to the 15-minute 200. There might be some pullback here. Let's just take a look and see what happens. What the fuck did I order? Okay, that makes sense. Got an email that I ordered something, something I did a while back. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, no problem. It's something interesting to try out. You can even do it. You can still keep your day job and do it. You just play a different type of trading. Like, instead of doing what I'm doing actively, you do something more like what Acarpet does, where he does a swing trade where you find an entry and then you hold it until it reaches a certain point on a daily time frame, so you can just, still trade that way. And you use the same principles across different time frames, so you still look for levels of support and resistance. You just do it on a higher time frame, and then you apply those principles the same way that I did on the 1 minute, what I was looking at. So you can get experience that way too. Alright, so what happened here? So Tesla hit the 200 period moving average on the 15-minute. I was looking for some type of pullback. The thing is, it could also make another high before it does that, so it's a little bit dangerous. Gotta wait for a failure. And you're still going up against the trend line when you do this as well, so you always have to take its stop out really quick. The other thing is that I don't play penny stocks. Penny stocks are a way of making a lot pretty quickly, but you can also get blown out pretty fast too. And that's a lot of times manipulated bullshit, so I don't even play those. I play larger cap things like Tesla, Microsoft. They're a little bit more expensive, but at least they have a lot of volume normally in there, so it's less likely to get into something that's manipulated. Because if somebody has a large social following and tells somebody about like a penny stock, then it's easy to get a ton of volume, and they'll use that to exit out of their positions and screw everybody else who is following them. So you don't want to get caught up in that crap. One more new high on this one? Or is this thing gonna drop off? Well, SMCI bounce did not happen. Looks even worse on the 15-minute. 5-minute, there were some opportunities here that didn't pan out. But we were doing low-level scalps anyway. CELH, we had this as a floor here for support, and it did bounce off of it, but we weren't in it. We could have made a little bit of profit. But then it does have another failure level here. So it already hit, it already did what it was supposed to do. ENPH. This thing is such a prick. Kind of playing the same area from Friday. And this thing can really get you if you're wrong, too. Kind of like SMCI. Tesla's probably going to make one more high before it rolls over. So, Baldur's Gate 3. So there's... I love the first two Baldur's Gate games. They came out when I was really into PC titles, and I just love that old style that's kind of like what Pathfinder is doing now. The reason why I didn't play Baldur's Gate 3 is because they changed the that original game engine. It's no longer real-time with pause. And last time I tried like one of those turn-based games, which was like that new Planescape game, or the game that they called Planescape, but what really wasn't Planescape. It had a whole bunch of dialogue, but the battle system really sucked. Now I know Baldur's Gate 3 has gotten a lot of praise, and I probably will play it eventually. but I didn't play it because of the combat system being different than what I wanted from those titles, because that's quite a bit different than what the originals were. But I do appreciate all the story options and things of that nature, so I'll probably play it, or not probably, I will play it eventually. It's funny that the thing got Game of the Year and then they laid off most of the staff from that developer. That's kind of shit. But yeah, the hype was definitely there. It was more of the, I had history with the previous games, and it wasn't like that, combat-wise. And man, it is really boring to play those turn-based in that fashion. At least from the other ones that I've... it's just not my thing. I like to have real time with pause, so I can still pause and do the same actions as a turn-based system, but I also, you know, if I'm fighting against some really weak enemies, I don't want to be sitting there doing that entire thought process. Going turn-based, I just want them to just get destroyed. Alright, well that was bad. Let's see here. You gonna go up higher than that high? Or are you gonna roll over? Probably higher than that high. That was probably a bad short. Yeah, once this happened, that was pretty much the end of that strategy. So I made a higher high, but then when it pulled back midway of this bar, I was looking for it to roll over and it didn't, and it made another higher than that, so now I'm waiting for this thing to stop me out. Not doing too well live trading. Or at least while I'm streaming, yeah. Yep, alright, we're fucked. That did not work out. Just did so well today, we're just kind of screwing around. Yeah, Divinity is another one that was also on my list. That was also received high praise. I believe I bought it on Steam on one of my accounts. Wow, Tesla really broke through resistance there. Was expecting a pullback, but it did not happen, so that's that. But something that's closer to the original Baldur's Gate games is the Pathfinder series. So I really enjoyed those. Also, Pillars of Eternity was really good too. But the pause, just the really slow prodding turn-based thing just really bores the hell out of me. Because I don't want to do that every single time I'm in combat. I just want to kind of steamroll people, like I said. Yeah, Pillars of Eternity. I actually like both of them. There was a lot of people that complained about the second one, but I like the second one too. It was kind of interesting traveling to different islands. Yeah, but Pillars of Eternity and Pathfinder are more my thing than what I saw of the combat system of the current Baldur's Gate. Alright, I'm actually thinking I'm gonna wrap it up here. So I did some trades that didn't work out well on stream, but I kind of demonstrated some points. We're up again today, so this is another winning day. I will come back later and play the games, because we're behind on games. I need to, I plan to go through a lot of the classic X-Men games, because they're re-releasing, or they're doing another season of, a continuation of that, X-Men series that was in the 90s that I really liked. Probably one of the best cartoons ever. And then I also wanted to do some old Dragon Ball games, because I wanted to do a tribute to Akira Toriyama on the highlight reel this month. So I need to do those two things. But then there's also Final Fantasy that I'm in the middle of, and I ended up... Oh my god! SMCI has just dropped... Man, if only I could, Man, somebody must have known about that drop, because I couldn't go full size earlier today. It was not allowing me to do my day trading buying power on it. Man, somebody must have fucking known. Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up with a win today. Jeez. Still waiting to get humbled by the market, and the market will humble you. Just today is not the day for it to do that to me. But it'll get there. It'll get me sometime. Alright, Turbo Fan, hopefully I'll see you later. And anyone else who is lurking, thank you for stopping by. I'll be back later today, hopefully. I got a lot of stuff to do. I gotta do some car repairs and a few other things. Alright, see you later.